Okay, now we need to be really quiet when we kill this guy so they don't know we're here. We gotta be super quiet. Okay, we're good. This game is like Sekiro 2, if the second one was not as good as the first one, but still good. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's definitely obvious that the game has taken some inspiration and created a Sekiro-like game. But that's cool because Sekiro was so cool, man. I love that game. And of course this game is not an exact copy. There are several features that are unique to this game, like build variety. Being able to use a weapon other than a katana already separates this game from its inspiration. Each weapon has its own martial art abilities, and choosing 4 spells to equip from the 5 different elemental houses is fun. It has everything you would expect from a Souls-like, including the elated feeling you get when you finally kill an impossible boss. I don't really have much more to praise, other than the combat is flashy, the fights are fun, and it managed to keep me entertained for the 40 hours that I played. But the latter half of that playtime was increasingly repetitive and lacked any creativity and innovation. There are only like 7 different types of enemies in this game. Little humans, little zombies, big trolls, tigers, alligators, mermaids, and gorillas. And you end up fighting these same enemies across all 16 main missions and 30 submissions until you reach the end of the game. So by the end it feels like you're not seeing anything new in the levels or the enemy variation. Everything feels samey, which sadly makes the game feel stretched out. The loot system is pretty bad. At first it seemed really deep, to have all of these different types of weapons, but by the end I think there were only like 3 different types of hammer, which is the weapon I was using. So there was little incentive to switch weapons or armor during the game because I had already leveled up one set and I don't want to change to something weaker, so I ended up using the same 2 weapons. And then each item has dumb little bonuses that let you piss 3% louder or shit 2.8% faster. Like, I do not care at all about that. The amount is so negligible, why would I even bother, caring? And by the end of the game, I just end up using the same martial art to kill most enemies. So a lot of the fights leading up to the boss looked like this. The boss fights in this game are mostly pretty good and satisfying. They're all pretty standard bosses you would expect from this type of game. However, fighting some of the bosses, it feels like your normal attacks do such little damage that you're barely even making any progress. Sometimes the only way to do a decent chunk of damage is to parry their critical attack, which sucks because some fights you have to spend forever just waiting for them to do a critical attack, and that's boring as hell. After all that, you would think that I hated this game, but I really didn't. I had fun with this for 40 hours, even if my enjoyment went slightly down over time, due to the repetitiveness and the shallow looting system. But the combat is fun and exciting, and it scratches that Sekiro-shaped itch on my back that I can't quite reach. 4 out of 5!